Welcome everybody to the Ecolinguist live show. This is the show in which you can call me and we can improvise language challenges together. So thank you everybody for joining. It's always a pleasure to having you. There is so many familiar names in the chat already, so that's awesome. Yes, so you guys, you who are regulars, you know how this show works. It's all about you calling into the show and we can do some fun stuff with languages together. We can learn about languages together because, you know, Ecolinguist is the channel that is all about community of language geeks and nerds, that people who just love languages and want to learn all about them. But it's all about experience. You know, I want the show to build some way of for you to participate in challenges that we usually have in the regular videos, because regular videos, they take a lot of time to produce, but live streams you can just call in and we can just spend time together, hang out, and create some interesting language content for everybody to see and experience live and later in the replay as well. So just to remind everybody, if you want to call me, you have to be registered, and the registration link is in the description box. This is a form that you need to fill in, and then you're going to get an email with a link to instructions on how to join me through the software that I'm using. It's fairly easy. Actually, it's nothing complicated. You just need to open it in your browser and then connect your microphone and camera. Ideally, you do want to have a headset though, because if you don't have a headset, there is a higher risk of a feedback, an audio feedback, and that doesn't sound nice. So bring your best setup if you can. Just regular smartphone headset should work. You can call from mobile devices, you can call from your computer, your laptop, it's fine. Just make sure you have a decent sound quality so we can hear you well, because it's all about languages, so we do want to hear languages as good as we can. And so there is that's the technological aspect of it. And when you're joining, it's important that you tell me your language, your native language. So before joining, you will have to introduce yourself and type your name into this name box. And next to that name, I would like you to write your native language, basically. And maybe if there is more space, you can also include other languages that you speak, but your native language is kind of the most important, because I just want to know what language family you are calling from, so I can put you up with the right challenge. So depending on what languages we already have in the show, I will be able to select people from the list that are displayed here on this side. I see people calling in already. That's great. I might not be able to talk to all of you, but I will try to run the show in the way that everybody can have at least some time on air and take part in some challenges. That's the idea. So I'd like to take it kind of slow, but at the same time give everybody a chance to call in. So there is that. And by the way, we are talking here about Romance languages, Germanic languages, and Slavic languages mostly. Those are the languages that we tend to cover on the show. However, if you are a caller from and a speaker of a language that belongs to other language families, you're also so welcome to call. However, we're going to use this opportunity to learn something about your language. You can share some interesting facts about it. But I would also like you to participate in the Guess the Language challenge. That means that if you are calling from the outside the European language families that we cover here, You can call in and just talk to us in your language, and we can try to guess what language you speak. So that's going to be part of the fun. We did that already last week, and it worked pretty well. So it was fun. It was really fun to do this challenge. So if you are this person, you can just type your name, and then instead of revealing your native language to me, you can just write something like mystery language. Okay, so this way we're going to know that how to proceed with the challenge, with the show. Good. So this is the registration. This is the registration form. You got this. I see there are some colors, but before I start adding people, I would like to have a quick look at the chat. Yes, lots of familiar names. Good. So, by the way, this is the show about languages, and we cover different formats of language challenges. It could be either mutual intelligibility, the classic Ecolinguist format, which is people trying to communicate using just their native languages that belong to the same language family. That's one kind of a challenge. Then we also have a Guess the Language challenge, in which I play a sample of a language and you have to guess what language it is. Sometimes we have people calling in and just talking to us in their languages, so we can guess what languages they speak and learn something about it while doing this. So there is that. And then what's also important is that I wanted to just tell you guys that this is a show for people who also want to share something about their languages. So for example, if you cannot call right now, but you have an idea for a future stream that you could implement, just contact me. Just contact me through via email. That's the best way to reach me, and we can sort something out. Maybe you have a presentation about your language that you would like to share with a bigger audience of language nerds. Or maybe you are doing some interesting research in linguistics that you would like to share with the audience. That can be arranged. You can just contact me, and we can do it during the weekly live stream show that I have here on the Ecolinguist channel, or find a different way to share that with the people who would love to know that. So there is that. If you have any ideas, just let me know. But I often get a lot of emails and messages about ideas for future episodes, and I appreciate that. However, the best way, if you really want that idea to be implemented on the channel, it would be a good idea for you to include some resources. Maybe you know someone who speaks that particular language, that particular minority language that is already doing something on YouTube or on the internet. Just send me some links so I can contact them and maybe do a collab together. Or maybe you want to participate yourself and you want to represent your language in the videos. That's great, But if you just send me an idea but no resources, it's very difficult for me to proceed, because I have lots of potential video ideas already. And the biggest challenge is to find volunteers and people who want to be part of this. So there's just that. So if you'd like to see something happen, just send me resources, because I'm not able to, it's difficult for me to find volunteers for certain languages, especially if this is a minority language, Yeah, Laura, you said that say that we need an Ecolinguist club with to share all those ideas. And this is actually a great idea, and something like that already exists. It's based on the Discord server. Discord is a platform for people to hang out, do the voice conversations in voice channels and text conversations. There, it's a nice online community. We have the Ecolinguist server on the Discord platform. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box, and there you can talk to fellow language enthusiasts from all over the world and share ideas, and maybe reach me also with your ideas. We have nice and friendly moderators who are already there helping out to moderate the community, so it's a safe space. So yeah, I'm very happy that that's happening, and it's done by you guys. I just initiated that, but you, because you are contributing so much to this community, the Discord server can exist, and people can meet and do language exchanges there and just talk about languages, maybe discuss different ideas. Yes, and you already seen some members of the Discord community on the show already, so if you're interested, just check it out. Yes, so there is that. Before I start taking calls, what else I wanted to mention? Yeah, maybe some announcements that there is a new video coming probably this week. It's going to be another episode featuring Simon Roper, but in this episode he's going to be a guesser. The episode is going to be focusing on North Frisian. So it's already available for channel members, but it's not completed yet because not all captions are made yet there. But I'm working on it, and today I've made some progress. So hopefully this week or maybe next week you're going to see that episode. And yeah, that's very exciting, because North Frisian is not very known language. Let's say it's not very common to find resources and hear it on the internet or in any kind of media. Yes, so Ilya suggests that we need a new series featuring Slavic languages. Yes, so that's happening. That's happening mostly on the Slavic Languages Hub. It's another YouTube channel that is functioning, working. It's like a subdivision of the Ecolinguist channel. That channel, the Slavic Languages Hub, focuses mostly on live streaming, and we're doing basically something similar like here, but everything is dedicated to Slavic languages. So hopefully through doing lots of streams on that channel, we will be able to produce regular episodes on this channel featuring Slavic languages as well. It just takes time. But we have time for now. We're taking it easy here, Yeah, someone just said in the comments that I say too much, so I'm sorry about that, but that's how I speak. Yes, and speaking of the Slavic Languages Hub, there are also other channels named Germanic and Romance Languages Hub. So we have Germanic Languages Hub and Romance Languages Hub as well. They are slowly growing. I haven't had enough time to kind of focus on them too much, but it's going to happen maybe in New Year 2023. is going to take off, hopefully, and all my ideas going to be realized. Yeah, on the Ecolinguist, on the Slavic Languages Hub, recently I did a live stream. It was a gameplay of The Sims 4 in Polish, and I'm planning to do a series of streaming of the gameplay on the Slavic Languages Hub for Polish learners. So if you learn Polish and you'd like to get exposure to Polish through comprehensible input, you can follow the streams there. I just play with Sims in the live simulation and teach you some Polish this way. I think it's a very interesting kind of experimental thing. So if you are interested, the link is in the description. You can check it out. Yes. So today, depending on who is going to call, we either going to do the mutual intelligibility show or guess the language show. Let's see. Let's start taking calls then. Okay, let's maybe start with Kenny. Okay, Kenny, you're going to join me now. Yes, hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me all right? Is the connection good?
Yeah, I think so. The audio was better at the video than at the call, but I think it works.
Yes, okay, so just make sure that you your stream, if you're watching a stream, just try to maybe close it for now or
I
mute
closed
it.
it. It's fine
Yeah.
now.
Yes, okay, that's great. So first of all, tell us, where are you calling from and what languages do you speak?
I call from Switzerland right now, and I speak Danish and English fluently. I speak German at an okay level, I'd say, and I'm trying to learn French here. A long time ago, I learned Polish to an okay level, but I think I forgot most of it while trying to learn French.
Okay, so you've had some experience with Polish then. Why did you learn Polish? Like, was it just for fun or you had any other
Yes,
goals?
my wife moved to Poland when we started dating, and I traveled there, and I was like, "What is this language? I need to learn it."
Okay, so you were just curious and you picked up
Yeah, and
Polish.
it actually piqued my interest in language learning in the first place.
Okay, so that's how it started. So you
Yes.
have to share that story that then before we move on to into the challenges, like why Polish in particular inspired you to get into languages?
First of all, you look at the all the consonant clusters, and you're like, that is not possible to pronounce. And then you open Duolingo for fun, and like, okay, this is going pretty well. And then you start getting mistakes because you have no idea how cases work. And then I was stubborn, I guess.
Okay, so because the language was so complex, you kind of wanted to learn more about it and analyze
Yes,
it.
exactly. Which actually was an advantage when I picked up German.
Okay, so I would think that Danish would be more helpful in learning German, but you say Polish.
Vocabulary wise, yes, but grammar wise, I think like Polish is the harder version of German grammar wise.
Okay, uh, that's great. That's great. So I see there are some other people calling in, and we have mostly Romance languages speakers. I see, but we're going to see if we will be able to improvise a challenge. Have you seen the show before? Like, have you seen the challenges we've done on the show before?
I've seen some of it sometimes, yes.
Yeah, so is there any kind of format of a challenge that you would be interested in participating today?
Everything works.
Everything works. Okay, so let me add two more people one by one. Okay, so just don't go anywhere. I'm just going to change the screens, and let's add Janice maybe. Hello, Janice. So you're going to join me right now. Okay, get ready. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Janice. How are you doing? Welcome back to
I'm
the show.
fine, thanks.
Yes, so you called me before, so maybe just to remind everybody, where are you calling from and what languages do we speak?
Okay. I'm calling from Brazil and I speak Portuguese, it's my native language, and also speak Spanish and English. And
And
learning some French and some Hebrew, but very beginner level.
okay. So which is your strongest language after Portuguese?
uh, I think Spanish.
Spanish is your strongest. Yeah. And you mentioned in the form that you also understand some Italian, right?
Yes, I understand some Italian, and during our last show also Venetian.
Venetian, yes, that was very fun to do with the Venetian language. Great. So I think there is one more person calling in. So let's add that one more person. Okay. It's Leonardo, that also is a frequent caller. So Jenny's just wait a little bit. I'm going to change the screen for now. So Leonardo, you're going to join us now. Hello, Leonardo.
Hey Norbert,
Welcome back
how
to the
are you?
show. Welcome back to the show, Leonardo. Just a quick reminder for everybody: where are you calling from, and what languages do you speak?
Sure, so I'm Leonardo. I'm right now calling from Tuscany, Italy, and actually I'm, let's say, natively bilingual because my father's Dutch and my mother's Italian. So basically, these are my two native languages, and then I speak all sorts of other languages we talked about. I don't want to steal any time to anyone, so maybe we're not going to talk about them too much, but just, yeah.
Okay, I see. So, so at the moment we have a Danish speaker, Portuguese speaker, and Italian Dutch speaker, right?
Yeah, as a native, yeah.
As a native, yes, of course. So, how good is your Portuguese?
I can't say I get to a conversational level, but I think it would be interesting to maybe get more in depth if Janice could let me guess some specific um, idioms that are used in Brazil or stuff like this. Because maybe that would be nice. Because it would bring me to open my mind. Because basically, I started with the European Portuguese, and that's the variant I am, let's say, stronger in. Then I started the Brazilian one too, which has a slightly different vocabulary and a totally different accent, but I am not so strong at understanding that, maybe more at speaking it.
Okay, so here we are then. We've got Janice and Kene. Kene, how do we pronounce your name actually? It's a Danish name. Hello? Oh my.
Hello? Hola? Oi?
One moment.
Oh, he's freezing.
Yeah, Kenny just froze. Let me change it quickly. Change it again. Okay. So Kenny disappeared. Maybe he'll have to call us back. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Yes. So anyways, what we can do in a situation like this is I'm just going to change some things around. So that's how it looks like. Yes. So Leonardo, you would like to interact more with Brazilian Portuguese because you don't really have that much exposure to it.
Exatamente, exactly.
Yeah, so let's start with that maybe. Janice, do you have any ideas for interesting idioms that are kind of
Uma
known?
expressão específica do Brasil, a gente utiliza demais no Brasil e não em Portugal, que é a variedade que eu
Sim.
conheço demais, sim.
Posso falar em português já?
Okay, yeah, so you guys try that then. Mhm.
Tá bem, vamos lá.
Vamos lá. Então, entre o português brasileiro e o português de Portugal, eu lembro que existem algumas palavras que são as mesmas
Sim.
palavras, mas existem funções bem distintas, né? Uma
Exatamente,
delas, por
são bem
exemplo,
distintas, sim.
banheiro. Banheiro em Portugal é onde você vai.
Tomar banho.
Isso, tomar banho, mas aí tem a ver com o mar, né?
Isso tá muito engraçado, na verdade. Na verdade, eu tenho de dizer que eu não sabia.
No Brasil, nós não falamos, não tem o mesmo significado. No Brasil, o que o português de Portugal fala como banheiro é praia.
Ah, sim, sim, o banheiro é praia. Sim, mas
Praia.
eu sei que foi para Portugal, eu sei que nos Açores, por exemplo, utilizam sempre a palavra a praia, sempre, para dizer a mesma coisa que tu dizes.
Isso,
Sim, exatamente.
vamos pra praia, né? É verão, vamos pra praia.
Praia.
Agora é verão aqui no Brasil, né? A gente tá. Hoje,
Sim,
inclusive, é o
exatamente, agora
solstício de
verão.
verão, né?
Okay, guys. So we've got Kenny back, but before we move forward, just could you explain to us what just happened? So what were the phrases that you were discussing?
We were discussing about the word banheiro, which actually, yeah, is in Portugal. It's really used to define the beach, the seashore, but well, maybe it's banheiro. Actually, didn't get it. Praia is more used in Portugal, and then you use banheiro in Brazil. Say the same thing.
No, it's the opposite. Banheiro
Yeah,
for
exactly. I got it.
Portugal.
I got it then. Yeah.
Yeah, banheiro.
Portugal
It's
uses banheiro. Yeah, sure.
But if you are in Brazil and you invite someone to go to the banheiro, it's a bad idea because banheiro in
Yeah.
Brazil it's bathroom.
It's a bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah.
and in Portugal it's salva-vidas. It's bathroom.
Yeah.
Salva-vidas.
Okay, so those were like two expressions, two words that are different in Brazilian Portuguese and Portuguese from Portugal. Okay, so we've got Kenny who speaks a little bit of French, right?
Yes, some.
Some. So I thought, do you think we could try a challenge where maybe Leonardo explains something in Italian? And we have to guess. We all have to guess. I will be participating as well because I don't really have any formal education in Italian, so that would be an interesting challenge. Yeah.
You do though speak a bit of Spanish, so that helps.
Yeah, that's the idea. I know that knowing a little bit of a Romance language can help you understand it. So we could do that, that kind of challenge. So Leonardo, if you need any ideas for words, just let me know. I can send you a link to the Pictionary.
Yes.
Well, I think I got a word, but then if you send me the link too, if we need other words, then maybe I'll get them from there to have some more ideas.
Yeah, so this is for all of you guys. Like, you can use this link that I just sent. It's a random word generator for Pictionary game, you know, so you can just press the button and randomize the words, and maybe that will inspire you to come up with the word for the challenge. Because we also want to do the Danish challenge for sure. So if Kenny, you can start thinking about a word in Danish that you'd like to describe. In a moment, we're going to do that.
Like a similar thing we did with Magnus, but back in the time.
Yes, we did that already, of course, on the show. And Janice, you can also think about a word in Portuguese, but maybe something more advanced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it can challenge me too, because
Yeah. That would be a challenge for me also, because I have never studied Portuguese really, so that would be interesting. But I do hear some problems at Kenny's side. I think like your mic may be not really working so well, or there is some sort of disconnection. You're probably using the Bluetooth headset, right?
Yes, I can try to use the mic on my laptop instead, see if it's better.
Yeah, you can try that.
If I do like so, is this one better?
Let's check.
I mean, I hear him better, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, now it's better. So the buzzing sound.
All right, I will be using this one.
Okay, that's fine then. That's good. Good. So so whoever is ready, we're going to start with you. So whoever already has the word. You're ready. Okay. So let's focus, everybody, and we need to just set some ground rules. What languages we are going to use during the challenge. So obviously, Janice is going to use Portuguese to ask some clarifying questions. Kenny, you're going to speak French, or you would rather use English or Danish, actually, because Leonardo speaks Dutch and many other languages. So,
And I think it would be nice because I will not hear, I will not understand, and it will be harder.
yes. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah, I think we can do that. It's going to be a little bit harder, especially hard on Leonardo. But Leonardo, you are a polyglot. You speak. You're a linguist, so that's gonna be fun.
Everyone speaks their native.
I am quite of a passionate polyglot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to keep it in English for now. I will be asking like clarifying questions in English, but just to run the show at the same time. And just to remember, guys, don't reveal the word until everybody has a guess, and then we're going to present the words together, okay?
Oh,
So you cannot ask like, oh, is this X, or is this a table? You can't ask that. You have to ask, is this something that you use to put plates on?
I don't think it's necessary, right? To have a piece of paper.
No, it's not necessary. No, you can just type in the interview chat.
Okay.
And that's gonna be fine.
And the comments, okay.
And don't read the comments also, because you can actually see the comments on the right hand side, because the comments they can give away the answer. So
Sure.
we want
I'm going just to keep the guest chat open so we can have some conversation between us, but that's the only thing.
Good. So if everybody's ready,
possiamo cominciare? Ok. Allora parlerò lentamente così cercate di capirmi. Allora, si tratta più che di un oggetto, di un luogo fisico, di un luogo fisico che diciamo si trova in maniera molto 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 diffusa ovunque, perché è il luogo fisico che noi tutti i giorni dobbiamo attraversare. Quindi tutti i giorni ci passiamo, è un collegamento veramente cruciale per metterci in comunicazione in modo fisico, in modo concreto. È proprio il cardine, diciamo, forse ho usato una parola un po' troppo difficile, la base, diciamo, della comunicazione e dell'interazione tra le persone, soprattutto perché appunto ci passano tanti mezzi di trasporto.
Okay, so let's maybe try to ask some questions. Let's start with Janice.
Ok. Em português, certo.
Sì,
Eu
esattamente.
estou pensando aqui ainda, eu entendi que, pelo que eu entendi, é um lugar físico, um objeto
Sì.
de um local físico, onde todos os dias nós interagimos ali, alguma coisa relacionada à comunicação, é importante para a comunicação das pessoas. Se trata de algo que contém uma eletrônica dentro?
No, assolutamente no, proprio perché, ve lo risottolineo, non ho parlato di telecomunicazione, di comunicazione a distanza, bensì comunicazione e scambio in modo concreto. Quindi
Hum,
ciò che ci permette di interagire e di avvicinarsi l'un l'altro in maniera fisica.
ok.
Kenny?
På dansk, jeg ved ikke, om du forstår noget som helst af, hvad jeg siger, men jeg var på et helt galt spor. Jeg startede med at tro, det var noget omkring vand ved brus, men jeg har forstået nu, at det nok nærmere har noget med kommunikation at gøre.
Mhm.
Okay,
In
so
realtà
something.
questa era complicata da capire.
Yeah, so it's something about communication, right? Something we use every day.
Sì, esattamente, qualcosa, cioè un luogo fisico che attraversiamo tutti i giorni. Questa è una chiave veramente, fateci attenzione.
Is it something located in our house?
No. Potrebbe essere anche, ma no.
É um local onde as pessoas passam?
Passano sì le persone, però non è un, un luogo, cioè non è un edificio.
Uhum.
So what is the purpose of this place?
Cioè,
What do we use it for?
la finalità è di passarci sopra, banalmente. Non ha nulla in realtà di finalità, cioè la finalità in sé è estremamente banale, è estremamente semplice, però è una finalità che è un mezzo appunto per poterci mettere in comunicazione in modo concreto, proprio faccia a faccia nella vita reale.
Okay, so yeah, Janice.
One more question.
Vai.
Existem paredes, uma de cada lado, e um teto nesse lugar, e não e ele inicia e termina entre um ambiente e um outro ambiente, e sempre é um lugar fechado?
Allora, tra un ambiente e l'altro ambiente sì, tra un luogo e l'altro luogo sì, però non è assolutamente detto che sia in un luogo chiuso e che abbia delle pareti e che sia isolato, non è assolutamente detto, anzi, raramente lo è.
Ok.
Kenny, do you have any questions?
Nej, jeg er helt på bar. No, I'm lost.
Completely lost. Okay, so Janice, do you have an idea?
I had, but now I don't know. Now I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So let's present the ideas. That's what you think it could be. So let's start with Janice. What was your
I
guess?
I was thinking that it was something called corredor. It's in English it's
A corridor.
procedure.
A
Yeah, it's
corridor.
called.
A corridor. Uh-huh.
Tá perto disso.
Is that the thing?
I just said that she went close, but
Okay. So
was
so wait. Kenny, do you want to give any guesses? Maybe at some point you had some ideas. What it was?
The funny thing is, I thought at first I heard something like lago physique, and I thought that sounds like sparkling water or something like that.
Okay. Okay. So that's a way off. That's a way off. And
Yeah,
I got distracted by the comment section because I do see it because it's massive here displayed on the screen. So people say many people guess the road or street.
yes, exactly that.
Bravo, all the people from the comment section.
Yeah. I tried to keep it, well, not too, because I mean, it was something that was such a borderline situation. I couldn't find really a way in the middle because if you got too much clues, it was way too easy. But then, I mean, that other possibility in clues was really, really vague, actually. But I couldn't do anything else.
Okay, that was a very abstract one. I say, like, you took it to like a more abstract level. That's why we struggle to understand. But the corridor, I think, was a good guess. Definitely.
Absolutely, because we can consider it a sort of a form of a road thing. Let's say something similar.
I was thinking in buildings and houses and something inside of a place, not outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys, I think we can move on to another challenge. Maybe this time with Kenny, but I still have some problem with the audio on your side, Kenny. Maybe we could think of how we can sort it, because it's kind of started going again. As if there was like it was not connecting right, there's just some buzzing happening.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Yeah, so it's a bit more difficult for us to hear you.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, so what you could do, you could just call us back maybe and try to reconnect, because sometimes it helps, and especially if you want to change a microphone in the software, you have to reconnect for it to start really working.
Okay, else I can maybe try to call from my cell phone instead.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So let's try that. Let's try it. You can just keep it in the horizontal position, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Good, good, good.
I'll
So
try that.
that's good. We still hear a little bit of a disruption, but that's fine. So we are waiting for Kenny to call us back, and I also see there is someone else calling in, but maybe after this challenge we're going to add Michał, if Michał is still going to be available. After this challenge we're going to add him also. Okay.
And let me ask you a question. What about Christmas and in Italy and in Poland, Norbert? It's a popular festival.
Yeah. In what language should I answer?
You can just respond in English, Leonardo, at this point,
Okay.
so everybody can
So yeah,
understand.
Christmas is really, really what I mean. Sorry if the lights are getting mad on the back, but I don't know exactly what's happening with my electricity right now. But it just a light just switched off, and I don't know why. But I was saying it's quite popular, and it's basically celebrated by everyone. It's such an interesting thing that um, even most of the people who move to Italy from other cultures, though, do celebrate it. Even from what I understood, I have a friend at my school which moved to Italy from China. So a completely different world and completely different culture. But then, even though keeping her own language in use in the family, I had a video call with her, and I heard them in the background interacting in Mandarin Chinese. I think they do celebrate Christmas somehow as a sort of lone tradition and interest to this other completely different cultural thing, let's say, which is totally different from what they do, because basically they don't even have holidays in Christmas in China.
Yeah, yeah. So this is such a big deal, part of the Italian culture, that even people that
Yeah.
are from other countries and come to Italy, they kind of get influenced, and they also want to be part of the
Sometimes,
celebration.
yeah, even though they remain attached to their own cultural traditions, which are really, really important. For example, Chinese New Year is something which is crucial in their own culture, and that's where they have holidays.
Yes, but that's the Chinese culture, and the question was about
Yeah,
Italy. So that
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
sure.
it's a very interesting point. I just can add, like, in Poland, Christmas is a big deal. It's a very family oriented holiday, and
Yeah,
what could be considered something interesting is that Polish people celebrate Christmas Eve more even than the Christmas Day, just because it's the time when people, all the members of the family meet together and have dinner, and they exchange presents
yeah,
and stuff. So it's a Christmas Eve that kind of is even more important in some ways from the
The day.
yeah.
celebration kind of point of view. But
That's that.
but yeah. So before we move on to the
Yeah.
next section of the show, Janice, tell us a little bit about Christmas or Christmas Eve in Brazil. Like how is it different, maybe, or is there anything in particular that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think it's in the same way that is in Poland. In the Christmas Eve, the family stay together and exchange presents, and we also have the the habit, I don't know how to say, to build a Christmas tree
Yeah.
like in the US and decorate this Christmas tree. But in Brazil, we have a lot of Italian and German and Poland people from Poland. And just yesterday, I was at a German family, and they told me about the Belsnigel. Belsnigel. It's an old German tradition that is
Uh,
similar to the grand Papai Noel. It's in English. It's Santa. The Santa.
Manuel is yeah.
It's some kind of Santa, but it's completely different in the clothes and where this character comes from. He comes from the woods and knows
Yeah.
exactly who is the bad kids and the good kids. But in the essence is the same.
Interesting. So,
Yeah.
I'd like to get back to language challenges, but I just before we go on, I just want to say that in Poland, for example, when it comes to Santa Claus, Santa Claus, in some regions of Poland, Santa Claus brings presents, but in other regions, it could be a baby Jesus bringing presents, or a star, the star that brings presents. Little star that brings presents. So it's kind of varies. Obviously there is this Santa Claus figure that we know from commercials and television, but there are also regional kind of customs that people have. That
Oh.
are still going strong in many ways. Yes. Leonardo?
Yeah. It's really, really, really interesting to see how it's celebrated slightly differently in each culture. Let's say I wanted to add it before, but I didn't want to interrupt you. In the Netherlands too, they tend to celebrate Christmas Eve more than Christmas. So that's a big deal in the Netherlands too. On the
Yeah.
other hand, in Italy, it really depends on the family. Some families like to gather together and meet on Christmas Eve and exchange presents on Christmas Eve dinner, and some people do that same thing by exchanging presents, or in the morning they exchange presents and then they have Christmas lunch at Christmas, let's say, not Christmas Eve, and then, or in some other cases, they have lunch and exchange presents at the same time, let's say.
Okay. Good. So that's Christmas. That's the holidays that come. It's a very festive season this month. So it's very exciting. However, coming back to the language challenges now,
Yay!
we've got Kenny. Kenny is back. So let me just quickly check if these camera settings gonna be
Managing to join
good.
again.
Let's add Kenny here. Yes. Hello. Yes.
Is it better now?
I think it's better. At least we don't have the buzzing sound,
Yeah.
so that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So what we're going to do now, Kenny, maybe you could come up with a Danish word, and
Yes.
yes. If you have a Danish word, you could talk to Leonardo. So me and Janice, we're going to stay aside, and just you two are going to talk.
So I should use Dutch then in this case.
You're
Sorry?
going to use Dutch, Leonardo. Yes, you're going to use Dutch. Like how well do you understand Dutch, Kenny?
maybe some. I often can read it, but it's gibberish when spoken most of the time. But
So,
Okay.
so Leonardo, you're going
yeah,
to try to speak slowly, okay?
Yeah,
Slowly
we
and
are both trying to go to speak slowly to understand each other.
slowly, and my suggestion is maybe give shorter hints. You know, instead of like speaking for 1 minute, maybe just give a few sentences, few hints. Let Leonardo process it, and then things going to happen.
Okay, sorry, maybe my hints were too too long and one after the other. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up, because you know this is happening live, you know, and actually there are no rules written down anywhere. You know, we are just
Okay,
like coming up with them as we go. You know, trying to like
sure.
learn with every single challenge we do. We just learn something new.
Yeah.
Good. So if you guys ready, if you can have the word, we can start.
yes,
Okay.
okay. Så det er ordet er objekter, som der findes tusinder eller millioner af oppe på himlen, faktisk langt ude i rummet. De er så langt væk, så det kan man slet ikke forestille sig. Men
Ja, sorry, maar ik kan je niet echt zo goed horen, helaas.
det kan du gentage.
Ik kan jij niet zo goed horen.
Okay. Er det bedre nu? Måske. Vi har en
Nu gaat het al beter.
lidt bedre.
Ja, dus je kan verder gaan.
Det er godt. Jeg kommer lidt tættere på. Vi har en af dem, som er vores primære energi til hele jorden. Når man ser en på himlen, som bevæger sig meget hurtigt, så må man ønske.
Ah. Dit is moeilijk, zeg.
Ja. Det kan også være et religiøst symbol, som kommer med enten 5 eller 6 takker.
Dus jij hebt het over een plek.
En blæk.
Een ort.
En ort. Det ved jeg ikke, hvad er en ort.
Een plek. Wat ik voorlopig heb kunnen verstaan, is dat je het over een plek hebt waar er dingen gedaan worden die verbonden zijn aan godsdienst. Helaas is er geen makkelijker woord in het Nederlands waarmee jij mij kan verstaan, maar ik hoop dat jij de verbinding gemaakt hebt tussen God en godsdienst.
En godsvin.
Iets
Vil du have...
godsdienst is hoe kan ik dat nou eens eenvoudig uitdrukken voor jou? Nou, Godsdienst is bijvoorbeeld iets waar dat iemand echt een ideeën die iemand heeft verbonden met goden.
Med godet. Er
Gewoon
det er godet, er det en højtid?
Dat kunnen meerdere goden zijn of één god. Griekse goden zijn bijvoorbeeld meer in de antieke Griekse mythologie.
Okay. Jeg er ikke helt sikker på, jeg ved, hvad en rode er.
Okay. Yes.
That
Yes.
was really, really hard, right?
It was really hard. It seemed like this, but you guys kept going back and forth, and I was like, okay, there is some sort of communication happening for sure.
Because I wasn't sure if he guessed it, and I just didn't know the Dutch word. But
Okay, so Leonardo, what was your guess then?
I just thought of a church, but maybe that was not at all it.
As a building, right?
Yeah.
yes, that was not what I was trying to get to.
So what was the word? Can
The
I?
word was in Danish stjerne, in English star.
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 That's way off.
Yeah, so I tried explaining that we see thousands on the sky, and then one of them is the primary energy source for the Earth. If you see one move really fast, you can make a wish, and it can be used as a religious symbol with either 5 or 6 points.
That was what probably threw me towards the church, because that was the thing I got.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, okay, I see. So that we went also very abstract in this, which is good. That just shows like how the show has evolved. You started off with very simple words on my channel, and then we kind of started running out of words because there is so many episodes on my channel right now. We've covered so many different words that now we're going for the very difficult ones, or we're trying to increase the level of the descriptions,
It's interesting. I mean, I think that this interesting thing can be even noticed with some more frequent callers. For example, a couple of weeks ago, Ruben called in. Hey, Ruben, by the way. And
if he's watching, hello.
He's watching. He's just that's a friend of mine. I think in this evolution, I noticed he also started using a bit more of an abstract and a bit more of a different types of variety of words, let's say.
Yes. So that's what ends up happening, in this kind of games. Yes, Kenny, do you want to add something?
I was actually going to use table at first, but then you used it as an example, and
yeah,
better think of something else.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, maybe because this is a kind of word that we would use in previous episodes. That's how it happens. So, you guys, I think what we can do now, I'm not sure if we will be able to do another challenge, just because I'd like to talk to Michał, who's calling from Poland, and he speaks a particular vernacular of Poland. So I was like I'm interested in what he wants to say. So you guys, you can stay on the line, and maybe we'll get back and have a little bit of a chat later, or you can disconnect.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll stay on the line, so maybe if we still have some bit of a discussion after the live stream to have some comments, maybe.
We'll see. So it's up to you guys, but thank you for participating today. It was great. We had some technical problems, but that's that's life. It
Thank you for
happens.
having me. And sorry about that.
Always such a pleasure to have you, and I am quite happy to have done this episode with you guys because it's quite of a contrast there in Janice speaking Portuguese and what's your name again?
Kenny?
Yeah.
Kenny speaking Danish.
Yes, so that was a very interesting meeting of two worlds, and Leonardo was in between because he's a native speaker of Danish, Dutch, and Italian.
Thank you for talking about Discord. I will join the channel.
Yes, and Discord, you guys can check out Discord also. It's a fun place for language geeks like us. So that's great. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to place everybody into the green rooms. Okay. And let me add Michał. Hopefully he's available. Okay, Michał, I'm going to add you now.
Well,
okay.
You should put me back in the green room because I'm on there again.
Okay, Leonardo, thank you. So let's see if it's going to work. Hello.
Hello, Norbert.
Hi, Michał. Thank you for calling. You're a little bit dark, so let me just fix the camera a little bit.
My lamp is confused.
Okay, yes.
Is that my camera is so dark, so.
Okay, yeah. Let me just maybe try, because I have an option of changing the lighting a little bit, just so it looks better. But yes, Michał, tell us where are you calling from and what languages do you speak?
I am calling. My English is very.
Let's try anyways.
I so stressed in this life. So I am from Poland. I speak the language is the Polish and.
So it's a vernacular.
English,
it's a vernacular. So you speak Polish, of course, the standard Polish, but you also mentioned that in the form that you speak Kociewski vernacular.
Yeah.
Gwara Kociewska, right?
Kociewski dialect, tak, no.
Yes. So where is it spoken? Which part of Poland?
I speak Polish is now, so.
Okay, w porządku. So everybody, I'm going to be a translator. Więc Michał, możesz powiedzieć po polsku, ja to przetłumaczę wszystko.
Dobra. Słuchaj, bo tak, kurde, z moim angielskim jest, kurczę, trochę tak dziwnie. Ja tak się uczyłem angielskiego, ale kurczę, nie aż tak, żeby rozmawiać, nie? Ale jak mogę po polsku, to powiem. Ogólnie nauczyłem się Kociewskiego, ogólnie rozmawiałem z prababką dużo, jak jeszcze żyła.
Okay, so let me translate. So przetłumaczę tylko, żeby nasi widzowie zrozumieli. So Michał learned Kociewski vernacular through speaking to his great grandma. Yes. And so what are the particularities of the Kociewski vernacular? So jakie są jakieś specyficzne cechy tej gwary?
Cechy są takie, że na przykład w w sumie ci powiem, to jest taki czysty polski, ale taki nie za czysty, bo na przykład jak masz coś chcesz odmienić, to na przykład to jest tak, że to jest
So there is a main one of the main
to jest,
features is that the conjugation is a bit different to standard
no powiem
Polish.
ci tak, to jest taka specyficzna gwara, dlatego że na przykład jak masz, nie wiem, tu, tutaj w ogóle mam na drugim monitorze podgląd słówek, bo te słówka tak dziwnie są napisane czasami. Na przykład masz słowo ceremonia. To jest, to się tak dziwnie odmienia. To jest ceremonia. Na przykład, nie?
Ceremonia. Okay, so you're saying that there is
przykład,
there are
tak jest,
differences
nie?
in pronunciation and declination. Good. So maybe you could give us an example. We would like to hear Kociewski vernacular. Okay. So if you could maybe describe a word in Kociewski vernacular, and I will try to guess what you talk about. I'm probably going to understand it, but anyways, for people who are speakers of other Slavic languages, that would be a nice challenge. Więc Michale, prosiłbym Cię, żebyś opisał jakieś słowo, używając tej gwary, i dzięki temu będziemy mieli takie wyzwanie językowe dla ludzi, dla Słowian, którzy nas oglądają teraz. Czy możemy tak zrobić? Byłbyś w stanie tak spontanicznie coś opisać? Ale nie zdradzasz tego słowa, tylko opisujesz, do czego to służy, co to jest i tak dalej. Dobra. Okay, so whenever you're ready, you're going to describe a word in Kociewski vernacular, and all the speakers of Slavic languages now can listen to you, and you can write in the comment section, in the chat, what do you think the word is, and we're going to reveal that at the end. Okay? So, jak skończysz opisywać, to ja potem sprawdzę, czy może ktoś na czacie próbował odgadnąć, co to znaczy, dobra?
Dobrze.
To zaczynamy.
Jest to taki przedmiot, który używamy w kuchni. Stawiamy go na palnik. Chcemy to zaważyć lub zagotować. No i możemy coś w tym jakby zupę możemy ugotować, możemy wywar jakieś zrobić. Ogólnie wszystko można zrobić w tym praktycznie.
Dobrze, a powiedz mi, jak to wygląda?
To jest taki okrągłe taki. Ma to takie rączki dwie, za które można złapać z dwóch stron.
Dobrze, z jakiego materiału jest zrobione?
Ten przedmiot jest zrobiony ino ze stoli. Może być też z żelaza, różnych materiałów.
Dobrze, i powiedz mi jeszcze, jakich jest rozmiarów ten przedmiot?
Rozmiarów, dokładnych wymiarów nie będę podawał, bo to takie, ale taki jakby typu na przykład podobni do paterny na przykład. Są taki jakby przedmiot to jest ogólnie on jest mniejszy od myślę, że widzę, o co chodzi.
Dobra, okay. So, thank you so much for explanations. So, let's give people a second to type in their answers. Okay, to poczekajmy chwilę, żeby ludzie wpisali odpowiedzi, bo już widzę, że wpływają odpowiedzi, także poczekamy.
No piszę tutaj.
To jeszcze nie
Wiadomo,
zdradzaj, bo chcę dać ludziom szansę, żeby coś wpisali, bo wiadomo, że streamy ogląda się z lekkim opóźnieniem, jest kilka sekund opóźnienia.
Tak, no. Widzę właśnie, tak kurczę, że
E,
tutaj jest szybko, a tam na streamie to jest taka tragedia trochę.
Tak, dobrze. To Michale, będę prezentował odpowiedzi, ale ty jeszcze nie zdradzaj, co to będzie, dobra?
Dobrze,
Tylko
dobrze.
pokażemy, co tutaj ludzie napisali. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to present your answers, the answers from the chat before Michał reveals the actual answer. So, Katiusza, she says it's Kastriulia. Znasz rosyjski?
No, tak trochę.
Tak.
Czułem się.
Kastriulia, czyli myślę, że chodzi o garnek. It's a kind of pot or dish. Lothario suggests it's pewnie garnek. It's probably a pot.
Tutaj po ukraińsku ktoś pisał w ogóle.
Pastisz,
Dziwka.
a pot. O, zaraz przejdziemy. Claudio, to chyba garnek. Claudio, jeśli nie patelnia, to garnek. Zaga understood that it's something to cook food. Yes, there is a Ukrainian one. In Ukrainian, zirka, zwiezda. No, that's an answer to a previous challenge.
No.
That's gwiazda, that's for the previous challenge. Okay, so I think we got all the answers. So what is the answer? The correct answer is, Michał, what's the answer?
Is the trigger.
Which is garnek in standard Polish and translates to English as pot. So it's a pot that you cook your food in. Zaga just mentions that it's lonak in Serbian. Kind of interesting. Yeah. So could you repeat the word in Kociewski vernacular again?
Trigger.
Trigger.
Trigger, no.
Okay, that's interesting. So do you know the etymology of the word?
No to się tak specyficznie odmieni ogólnie. Się tak specyficznie odmienia, nie?
Mhm. Że przez przypadki masz na myśli?
No, przez przypadki to się tak specyficznie odmienia ogólnie.
To jakby to było?
Na przykład ty jak masz mianownik trigger, dopełniacz trygia, cirownik trygrowiu, biernik trygra, narzędnik trygram, miejscownik trygru, wołacz o trygru. No to takie coś na przykład, nie? To jest.
Okay, so declination is kind of particular in this case. Yes, that's kind of interesting. And yeah, a correction on my side, it's lonac in Serbian. It's not K, it's lonac. The C letter is pronounced K in Serbian. Okay, that's good. And by the way, garnek in Italian is pentola. Pentola. Okay, just a fun fact of the day. That's great. So, Michał, thank you so much for bringing our attention to Kociewski vernacular. To dzięki bardzo, że zadzwoniłeś i nam tutaj zaprezentowałeś coś w związku z kociewską gwarą. Myślę, że można coś takiego bardziej zaprezentować na moim drugim kanale Slavic Languages Hub. Może na coś przygotować, może pomyślimy coś razem, przygotujemy jakieś może wyzwania, nawet samo audio na przykład, żeby puścić w trakcie streama. Także tam myślę, że to by się lepiej przyjęło.
No, można by było.
Tak, to Michale, dziękuję za dzisiaj. My będziemy kontynuować dalej po angielsku, dobra?
Dobrze.
Także będziemy w kontakcie później. Później się z tobą skontaktuję i dogadamy szczegóły tego.
Dobrze.
To dziękuję bardzo.
No.
So now we can move on to the next section. Actually, it's going to be basically, we're going to end the stream very soon, but I just wanted to add people who stayed on the line, so we can just say a final goodbyes. Let me just do it quickly. And with Michał, I just talked to him, and we decided that maybe presenting his vernacular, his Polish vernacular, would be interesting on my other channel, the Slavic Languages Hub. So possibly we can come up with some challenges for that channel. Probably we're going to dedicate a stream to it, or we'll see. We'll see about that. But if you're interested, just subscribe to the other channel, and we're going to talk more about this. So real quick, just do this. So let's end the stream here. So we've got Leonardo here and Janice. Thank you so much. Yes. So we just talked about Kociewski vernacular, one of the dialects of Polish.
Yeah.
Yes, but do you guys have any comments that you'd like to add at the end?
Oh, actually, I just had to write in the chat. I just came back from eating, so I'm sorry, but I didn't manage to follow that part of vernacular.
That's fine. Actually, Leonardo, you don't speak any Slavic languages, unfortunately, because you're interested in Mandarin, and that takes most of your time, right?
Exactly. That really eats up a lot of time, because you really have to get into the language. Yeah.
Yeah. You also mentioned Arabic, and you're interested in many different languages. What about you, Janice? Are you learning any language actively at the moment?
So active.
Uh-huh.
I am studying French and also Hebrew.
Oh.
Hebrew. So Leonardo, I think you mentioned Hebrew, right? It's one of the streams.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I mean, those all are wishes. I mean, I don't have that much time to get them all.
Yes, it's kind of difficult to, pick one language and stick to it, I have that problem.
Mostly when it's a very different root. The root of the language is very different. So also to speak the phonetical and all this.
Yeah,
it's,
the phonetical aspect and getting into the sound of the language.
Yeah. Actually, Janice, because since you're learning Hebrew, and it's the language is quite distant to Portuguese.
Very distant.
Could you tell us something that you've learned about Hebrew that you didn't know before you started learning and grabbed your attention?
Okay. First thing, it's when you are writing Hebrew, you don't write the vowels. The vowels are just a representation by dots in the middle of the word, and sometimes when it's a normal, currently no word, they even don't have it because people already know so it's harder when you don't
Yeah,
know
that's
when you
much
don't have the
harder.
vocabulary.
So you mean the which words, for example, the articles?
For example, you have let me remember something. The word you kn- you have the word eu, me. The word for me, it's ani, ani, and ani. You write aleph, um, nun. It's
Yeah.
just like the n, and the last word is yod, and but also ani you can speak it differently if you have the vocals marked in the aleph word, for example, or in the yod, and it can have other another sound like oni, uni, but the aleph, the nun, and the yod, these three letters, will be the same. And also another very interesting thing, it's you read and you and write, and the reverse,
Opposite. Yeah.
it's
From
left
right to
to the
left.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's the opposite of the normal. And also the when you have a
Yes.
book,
In Mandarin,
you don't
sometimes
you
it's
don't read.
vertical.
Yes, you don't read it for the normal side. You start for this other side.
Yeah, you start you start from what
Ah,
in
you're
our
muted,
countries would be
Norbert.
the end.
Oh yes, yeah. I just want to say it's normal for the Hebrew speakers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, yes, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. So Leonardo, did you want to add something? Um,
Well, concerning the writing system, um, it still is quite frequent to find Mandarin written vertically without any punctuation.
mhm.
Let's say in ancient times, you used not to write it, let's say. Basically, it didn't exist in the writing system. They
The
just adopted
punctuation. Mhm.
our punctuation system in their own language.
Yes, yes. So I think writing systems can be fascinating because they kind of were invented independently all over the world. So they
Yeah,
take different shapes, and it's very arbitrary that we read from left to right. There is
yeah.
no any reason why we in Europe read from left to right.
And for example, uh, the fact that um, to to instead of a question mark, even in modern Greek, they use a semicolon to mark the question. So you put the question, then you put the semicolon, and that basically indicates the question mark. And punctuation in modern Greek is totally different from what the English punctuation is.
Yes, so those things are fascinating, and actually, if someone watching is an expert on those issues and
Yeah,
want to come onto the show and maybe do a presentation about some curiosities or interesting facts about features of a particular language, that would be welcome. So you can just contact me and we can arrange something like that
yeah,
to because at the moment we just have like a freestyle conversation, which is great, but it also would be nice if someone like comes to the show and
sure,
presents something in a more like organized,
sure.
systematic way, so we could learn a little bit more about
we
those
are just
things.
curious people.
Yeah, we're just curious people hanging out and want to learn. So this is the platform for that.
Yeah,
So guys,
I was checking in the comment section, and there is some Hebrew speakers, and Maxon was uh, talking. There is another uh, dialect, vernacular. I don't know how to say, but there is Yiddish. It's a close language to Hebrew, also.
Mm-hmm.
That it's speaking. I don't know. It's the origin of Hebrew or where it comes from.
But you wanted to mention something regarding addition to the word träger. Okay, so actually Maxon is
Yeah.
yeah. So speaking of the word träger, because with Kociewski vernacular that we talked in the before this section, the träger was the word for a pot. So that where it comes from, which is interesting. Thank you guys. You see, you guys watching the show, you are very well educated and you share your knowledge. So thank you for that. We are learning here. It's interesting to discover etymologies of words and connection between cultures. Yes. So guys, I have to end the stream here. But thank you so much.
Yeah. I gotta go too, actually.
Yes. So enjoy the rest of your days today. I will see you probably after the Christmas period, but probably before the New Year's. So I wish everybody happy holidays, and talk to you soon. Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.